Women are paying thousands of dollars to attend rage rituals, quote unquote, where they scream and smash the ground with sticks. Michael Snyder reports, would you pay thousands of dollars to take part in a rage ritual, which involves screaming at the world at the top of your lungs and smashing the ground with large sticks? I imagine that your answer to that question is the same as mine, but there are lots of women that are signing up to do this, and the scam artists that are running these programs are making enormous amounts of money in the process. The women that get conned into attending one of these rage rituals are instructed to work themselves up into an unhinged frenzy by thinking of every person who's ever crossed you, who's ever hurt you, who's ever ignored your boundaries, or taken advantage of you or abused you in any way. And then they are supposed to use all of the anger as fuel as they hit the ground with big sticks. The most popular rage rituals are conducted by Mia Banducci, who is also known as Mia Magic. She is a self-proclaimed mystic who says that the women who attend her events go home to their families with more gratitude and ease and peace. It's official. Therapy culture has come for the Karen. USA Today reports a new expensive wellness trend, rage rituals, in which women pay thousands of dollars to retreat to a safe and remote location, call to mind everything that's ever annoyed them, and then scream, flail, and rage while hitting the ground with sticks. Mia Banducci, a self-proclaimed mystic who leads just such a rage ritual retreat, extols the power of these events to release negative feelings and increase joy elsewhere in participants' lives. When people do this and give themselves permission to release their anger, their capacity for joy actually expands, she explains. They're able to feel more happiness and pleasure, and they go home to their families with more gratitude and ease and peace. Yeah, I'm not buying it, says Michael Snyder. Thankfully, when these women work themselves up into a rage, it's done deep in the woods so that nobody else has to hear it. The process of a rage ritual is pretty simple. First, Banducci says participants gather large sticks while conjuring to mind every person who's ever crossed you, who's ever hurt you, who's ever ignored your boundaries, or taken advantage of you or abused you in any way. After some warm-up breaths, the screaming and swinging begin, and the ritual is held in the woods so that participants can make noise without fear of bothering people nearby. And you can see the video of Mia Magic promoting her rage rituals here in the link I'll leave below for you, but I must warn you that the video is pretty graphic. Now, one divorced woman that has participated in multiple rage rituals claimed that she still gets chills thinking about her first one. Kimberly Helmus still gets chills thinking about the first rage ritual. 2.5 years ago, after her divorce, the cybersecurity engineer embarked on a retreat to Scotland with Mia Banducci, an author and self-proclaimed spiritual fairy godmother, quote unquote, better known online as Mia Magic. As part of the ritual, the retreat, Banducci held a rage ritual, a ceremony in which participants scream and beat large sticks on the ground in the woods. Participants are encouraged to think of people and experiences that have wronged them and to scream and swing the sticks for at least 20 minutes or until they can no longer move their arms. Unfortunately, Mia Magic is not the only scam artist that is conducting these sorts of rituals. Banducci is not the only person who leads events dealing with rage. A secret sanctuary will host a sacred rage ceremony in Alberta, Canada in July, and Jessica Ricchetti, an author and self-proclaimed mystic, will host a sacred rage women's retreat in North Carolina in June. If there is money to be made, I'm sure that a lot more events like this will start popping up. On social media, rage ritual videos are getting a lot of views, and many of the women that are viewing them are leaving very revealing comments. Rage rituals seem to have struck a chord, particularly among women who write in social media comments how moving it is to see women let out their anger. Why did I have to immediate visceral reaction and start crying? One woman wrote. I literally cried seeing this. I need this, another wrote. As a now middle-aged woman with even more rage, I need this, wrote another. Today our society is overflowing with anger, frustration. bitterness, and other negative emotions. This is true for both men and women, but women seem to be particularly unhappy. According to a poll that was conducted by Gallup, the rate of depression among women has been rising at almost twice the rate as the rate of depression among men. The rate of depression in women specifically has risen at nearly twice the rate of depression in men in the last 6 years. In the same Gallup poll, women reported the second highest rate of current depression or treatment for depression, 23.8%, second only to a rate of 24.6% among 18 to 29-year-old adults. The 36.7% of women said they had been diagnosed with depression at some point in their lives. In comparison, those respective rates for men are 11.3% and 20.4%. And as I've heavily documented, societal values have been completely turned upside down in recent decades. Sadly, many of those changes have not been good for women at all, and it certainly has not helped that women have embraced woke ideology at an even higher rate than men have. According to a study that was just conducted in Finland, those that align themselves with core woke beliefs have heightened instances of anxiety and depression. A new psychological assessment has been developed to measure the endorsement of attitudes related to critical social justice. Findings from this application in a Finnish study revealed that stronger alignment with the so-called woke beliefs correlates with heightened instances of anxiety and depression, as detailed in a publication in the Scandinavian Journal of Psychology. The bottom line is that the less woke you are, the more likely you are to be happy. Unfortunately, the vast majority of our men and the vast majority of our women have embraced at least some of the lies that modern society has been telling them. If you feel like screaming at the world and smashing the ground with large sticks, you might want to step back and evaluate your core beliefs. We were designed to love and to be loved. If you are filled with rage, you are definitely moving in the wrong direction. This is by Michael Snyder on End of the American Dream. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Michael's new book entitled Chaos, available in paperback and for Kindle on Amazon, and you can check out his new Substack newsletter right here. About the author, Michael Snyder, extremely controversial new book, Chaos, available in paperback and Kindle on Amazon. He's also written 7 other books available on Amazon, including End Times, 7-Year Apocalypse, Lost Prophecies of the Future America, The Beginning of the End, and Living a Life That Really Matters, commissions earned. When you purchase any of Michael's books, you help to support the work that he's doing. You can also get his articles by email as soon as he publishes them by subscribing to his Substack newsletter. Michael has published thousands of articles on the Economic Collapse blog, End of the American Dream, The Most Important News, and he always freely and happily allows others to republish those articles on their own websites. You can connect with Michael on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and share his articles on your own social media accounts. It's definitely a great help. These are such troubled times and people need hope. John 3:16 tells us about the hope that God has given us through Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If you have not already done so, we strongly urge you to invite Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior today. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.